and I do travel northeast due to religious reasons. And what struck in my mind when I gone through the manual was to talk about a state which very few people know about. I call the northeast of India Far East because the mainland Indians rarely ever try to know more about this region. How many of you have ever traveled to any of those 7 sister states of India? Either of the 7, any of the 7. Anyway, one of them is from Assam anyway. Well, we talk of the state which lie on the eastern part of India by name of Manipur. Manipur, a state in conflict. Yes, it is. Dear Toastmasters, how many of you know Manipur was an independent Hindu constitutional monarchy for 2 years after India's independence? Under the dynamic rule of Maharaja Prabodh Chandra Singh of Manipur, it remained an independent constitutional monarchy the moment British left Indian Union. It was on 4th of October 1949 when His Highness Maharaja Prabodh Chandra Singh was called to Shillong, the then capital of unified Assam. He was lured around for the security, safety and progress of the state of Manipur to join Indian Union. He signed the treaty of accession, but the government of India gave 4 promises to the king. 1, territorial integrity. Under those circumstances, will the territorial integrity of the kingdom of Manipur will be affected. Number 2, the unique Vaishnavite mighty Hindu identity of Manipur will not be touched. Number 3, the retention of the local legal system. And last, retention of local culture and language. Dear Toastmasters, Manipuri has a written history from BC 70. It has its own script, its own culture, its own dance, its own language. The demography of Manipur, the source is down there, Kangla Online is the source. It's got 70% Hindu population, followed by 24% Christian, mainly tribals in the hills. You got 4% Muslims, locally called Pangals. They are mix of immigrants which came to that country, that kingdom in 13th, 14th century. And then 2% of others. Let's look what Indian state did to the territorial integrity of Manipur. 7,000 square miles of land known as Cabo Valley was gifted away by the first Prime Minister of India after he messed up the problem in Jammu and Kashmir. He came down to Manipur and gifted away to his policies of Panchsheel 7,000 square miles of land to Manipur, to Burma, without even taking the consent of the then ex-king of Manipur. The land transfer was without even taking the consent of the local Constituent Assembly members, as Manipur had its own Constituent Assembly in 1947. It's not end here. Last month, Burmese troops came in, removed the border pillars 65 to 73 and entered in their territory, removing and making people homeless, the so-called Indian nationals who hail from the state of Manipur. Let's look what the Cabo Valley is. 7,000 square miles of land, full of teak, full of natural resources and full of diamonds. There's been continuous border intrusions in Manipur. The border guards are non-Manipurans, Assam rifles, primarily take care of the northeastern area. Drug trafficking and corruption is rampant. Rapes and killings are a call of the day in the entire state of Manipur. If you ever heard of AFSA, AFSA, Armed Forces Special Protection Act, it was first implemented in the state of Manipur 18 to 20 years back, in different form. AFSA has been 7 years old law. Now what they did to the Hindu identity? The Gobindji temple, it's partly occupied by the Indian Armed Forces. Could Indian army do this to any other religion in this country? They can't. conversions are so rampant that within the Kangla fort itself, a lot of unauthorized religious structures have been created, alien to the Manipuri culture. Dilution of the local customs. Your Indian penal code applies in Manipur, but the local Maharaj Kumar's penal code has been withdrawn, imposing non-Hindu and non-local customs. Manipuri have a multi-marriage custom. They can have 2 wives or 3 wives. How can you put in a set of laws on the people who are having their own personal law? That all experiments in India have been done on the Hindu laws. What is the Naga problem? Manipuris traditionally live in plains, and Nagas occupy the 75% of the total land of Manipur. Government of India can't stop the Naga insurgency. Neither are they in a position to take a final stand. International support to the Naga problem made it much worse. There has been a constant cultural onslaught on Manipur due to the rampant conversions and allowing of the foreign evangelists and other people to visit the Naga inhabited areas. Sentimental sites of Manipur have been occupied for the last 30 years by the Indian Armed Forces. This is the Kangla fort. Kangla has been the center of Manipuri power for the last 2000 years. And it is Indian government and Indian army which has made Manipur not under Kangla. And Kangla is a mystic, divine source of power for the Manipuri rulers. Hunger strike and agitations. Indian media can write hours and hours on Kashmir, but rarely would have seen Indian media reporting on Manipur. You just see this picture. Because 2 years back, entire Manipuri women went out naked in front of Indian Armed Forces bases. How many of you have seen these newspapers or papers cuttings? You see the other picture, there is Jerome Sharmila. I have seen her myself in Manipur, in Delhi a few years back. She's on continuous hunger strike since year 2000. If we talk of democracy and secularism, the Indian government is failing over there. The state is volatile. And if an urgent attention is not given, then the Indian integrity is on stake. But we still have hope. It's a very progressive nation, very progressive cultural state. They are really very God-fearing. They are very kind-hearted, and above all, their culture is vibrant. More than 2000 years old, with its own script and literature. Any questions?
So at the beginning, before we started our session for today, we were told that we will never talk on religion, sex, and politics.
It is a case study.
It's a
case study.
Political,
No, it's a case study. We have taken up a case study with my own personal visits to this place. It has been advanced manual, and I think on advanced manual there are taken case studies, and case studies will be very. It's my. I think if that is not the case, I would not have taken it up. It's a normal question. It's a normal procedure of India. Like we have having this problem for the last 50 years in this country. It's not. I have not taken anybody's sides. I just put up a problem.
Whatever it is, it highlighted all. I mean, what you're trying to say that the government has been totally unfair to the people.
I have just put it the real facts.
But
these
it's
facts.
absolutely political.
These facts would
No,
be
I
checked.
have nothing. I mean, you said it, but that's what the speak. I mean, before we started our session, that's what they said. There will be no politics, no sex, no religion.
It does anyway.
But it's all.
Nothing to offend, but the same thing struck my mind also, because all the sessions what I've been attending, it was advised that we avoid politics.
I think you are also right. I think I should take a follow-up majority. But if we look at the guidelines of the project, was to inform with a view that there is going to be a question answer session. If people don't agree to it, I do have data with me. I do have references. No, I do have reference. What you said is absolutely right. I agree to it. Yes, it has got a political angle towards it, and which I agree. It may be a folly. I leave it to the VP Education to decide whether this project will be put through, or I will redo the project if that is the case of the majority. I don't have a problem in redoing the case. Yes.
So, according to Toastmasters guidelines, politics, sex, and religion is not banned. It's just that you should try to use facts and figures, no problem, but not express your own views about it. And I believe this project and all the slides, they were just expressing facts and figures from reported sources.
I have mentioned the sources also there. each slide, I think maximum of the slide is a source.
I would rather ask you to just reiterate all the sources that you use during your.
Yeah, I mean, just rerun this presentation.
I think in that case we need to first highlight the guidelines, because in gender we are considering love, sex and religion to be
I think
avoided. In that case,
let the VP Education take a call on it whether he wants to continue this, whether he wants to take a new, wants to redo the project, I do the redo.
I have a question more
Yes,
on the
sir.
content rather than the context right
Okay,
now.
sir.
My brother has been in Indian Army for a very long time,
Yes,
and it's a very derogatory statement that most of the states which are not favoring Indian Army, they say that Indian Army is doing that, but Indian Army recruits a lot of locals.
Can I say, sir? Your Kargil intrusion, when Kargil intrusion took place, of the Manipuri people and the people from Northeast who conquered and occupied the heights back. Indian Army has done a lot of recruitment in Manipur. We have got a strong Manipuri regiment within the Assam Rifles and within the places. So there is not such that local population. It is not about army. It is about the actual ground reality. I visit Manipur to visit certain places there. You see the Kangla fort. Manipuri old women come down there. They put flowers on the outside the fort. They are not allowed to go inside. Which has been 2050 years old fort, which the people should be held their right to go inside. So they go, they cry, they put a flower and come back. Because Manipuri traditional culture has got certain pointers inside, whereby they take a newborn baby inside a shrine inside. And they are not allowed to go inside. What will be the local reaction? Similarly, when you take out 7,000 square kilometers of land, double, I think nearly the same size of Manipur, you just gift it away without even asking the local people. Definitely people will react. I think we can take the question in the break.
I'll have the last question for the benefit of everyone. While you were working on this fact-finding report, and others might also want to do, so what was the what thought process that went, in brief, if you can help us with, to make that as a neutral presentation? Because it's...
I have a belief, I'll give it a call.
Wonderful question, Sanjay, but we'll take that offline.
I'll give a one-liner before I go in. I have a belief, whatever projects or whatever things I pretend or write in or put it on record, I personally visit and personally see. I had a problem, I wanted to know more about Israel, I visited Israel twice.
Okay.
Right. I wanted to know more about northeast of India, I traveled each and every state, that too by road.
Okay.
So I think people who know northeast better, I can tell them how deep I gone to the place in northeast.
Okay. Thank you.